Hey everyone, it's Dustin with TechMD. You guys keep on asking me tons of questions, and I appreciate it. I'm just trying to answer more and more questions over videos versus just answering them directly. I had one guy who's just asking me a bunch of questions about how do you make the glue not leak from the galaxies or leak into the backlights. Well, if you look at my LG G3 string method, or I don't even think it says string method, it's just salvaging the LCD. Just look for LG G3 in my videos. You'll see that I use a sealant for the backlights, which can be used on the iPhones as well, and for anything that has a backlight. For the Galaxies, I highly recommend pulling the LCDs out of the frames if you can't, or you think it's too risky. Then you can glue it on the top, which once again I have videos of showing you how to glue on the top, but you have to use very little glue. You have to be really cautious about using excess glue, and you should remove all the components out of the board if you're new, because you can get excess glue everywhere. You need to let that leak out for a couple days. I don't recommend doing that at all. Everything I do is, I pull out the screen, like let's see on the Nexus 6, you have to pull out the screen completely out and then bond it right on the microfiber rag and iron it out instead of using a mold. So that is one thing. Another thing that I've been asked a few times is about iPhone refurbishing. Dustin, why don't you do any iPhone refurbishing? In fact, on my old channel, I did do iPhone refurbishing, but in the long run, it's not worth it. And here's why. Unless you have a bunch of professional equipment, and I mean high equipment, not like these little pieces of equipment that you think you can buy for $5,000-$10,000, and you have tons of experience, it's just not worth it. So when you separate the glass from the Galaxy 4 or the the iPhone 5, yeah, that's doable. But the problem is you still can scratch the polarizer, which can seem refurbished. Also, you can have frame issues unless you're using Gorilla Glue. You can have yellowing issues. You can have thickness issues where it's too thick. You can break the screen. I broke maybe like 1 in 20 on the Galaxy or the iPhone 5, and the Galaxy 6. I've been really having much success even with the sealant, mainly because I was using the string method and keep on breaking them. I can separate them manually, but you can still accidentally break it. So, if you want to send your screens in to me and then I get them refurbished in China for you, I'd be glad to offer that. It'd be $40 for the iPhone 5, 5S, 5C, and you keep it all OEM refurbished. Okay? And for all your aftermarkets, you keep them all aftermarket refurbished. Now, all the OEMs are guaranteed. All the aftermarkets are not guaranteed. So you might get 50% back, you might get 25% back what you send back from your broken aftermarkets. So be wary of that. I recommend doing two pay systems like we do. We offer aftermarket and OEM to our customers, and that way it gives them an option. If you want to send your iPhone 6 in to get refurbished, they are $50 and then $60 for the iPhone, 6 Plus. Now for the 6S, if you want those refurbished, it is $100 for the 6S and $130 for the 6S Plus. So send your screens in. We'll be glad to refurbish them and then send them back to you. They take anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks to refurbish, so make sure you have plenty of inventory. If you're having challenges getting a hold of OEM parts, you can always contact me directly. We can work out something. We have some pretty amazing prices on them. I don't really like to sell the parts. I'm more interested in just helping you guys out find a good source for repair. Now, so if we think about this, okay, if the parts, OEM parts cost, I do believe like $55, $60 for the iPhone 5, 5C, and the customer gives you a working OEM screen, and it's $35 to refurbish it. And other places offer you like $20 for the screen. And if you break 1 in 5 of your screens, then your cost goes up in materials. So let's say you are at 1 in 5, or maybe you're even at 1 in 10. But let's say 1 in 5 would be doable because you might have to redo it. Who knows? And you don't get any warranties. You have to solve your warranties yourself. If we have a warranty with any of these parts, we just send it back. They have 1 in 100 warranty rate. It's super rare to have warranties with this kind of stuff. So the part costs $60, and you get a $20 credit if you sell your broken screen somewhere. So now the part technically costs $40. You can refurbish your repair. So customer brings in their broken screen, and let's say you go ahead and put a refurbished one in, and then later on you refurbish one. So that $20 is still worth $20 for that part. Your glass, if you get OEM glass and OEM frame and don't replace the backlight, then you can do it in about a cost of $5 and not including your labor. If you need the backlight, then you're looking at another $10, so it's between $5 to $15. Let's say you have to replace the backlight about 1 in 5. So once again, we'll just add another $2. So your cost is $7 to repair that iPhone 5, 5S, 5C. Also, you got to add that 20 because that is worth the $20 in value right now. So you're right at $27. Okay? You follow me here, guys? $27. You're going to refurbish that without a polarizer replacement for $8 of value. Now, if you put a polarizer on there, your repair goes a little bit quicker because you can just pull the whole thing off and don't have to clean it off. And that would be the most professional way of doing it. And Oka would be even better. So if you did Oka and or Loka, it's $1 basically an applicant. And you do a new polarizer, another $1. So now you're in a 9. And now you're reduced down to $6 a repair. So you do, let's say you're amazing. You do 3 an hour. That's $18 an hour that you're making. Can you think of other things that you could make $18 an hour at? Oh, wait. Maybe putting 6 iPhones in an hour with full assemblies? Wouldn't that be a lot easier? And then when you're slow, switch out the assemblies later? This is what I do. See? Full assembly. And if I have an issue, I think I might have a bad camera here, so I just write bad camera, and then I replace the camera when I have a chance, and then I clean it off, and then it's good to go. Anytime any of my technicians have an issue, they just write the issue on the actual screen, a good screen, and then we put it over in another bin and we switch them all out. Then we send all the broken ones to China. So this is, 1 week of broken screens right there. And it's actually been kind of a slow week. But, that's what we do, guys. It makes more sense to do that. Now, $35 is at my cost. But I also have to include shipping and hassle and all that. So that's why I bring it up to $40. So yes, it would be technically $11. And it would be technically $33. If you can find your own supplier in China and you can trust them and you know that they're going to handle you right, great, do it. The guy I work with, he's local, he's Chinese, and I've worked with him for many years, and I trust him, and he takes care of me. So if you want to go through me, great, I'll be glad to take in your broken screens and do that. But don't send me any broken ones because we don't be shipping those to China. We only want broken glass only. The LCD has to be fully functioning on this. So, that's how you make money in the iPhone business. You could sit there and try to separate the glass and separate the backlight, or even close off the backlight with the glue that I show in the other videos, seal it up. But is it really worth it? And that's what you have to really ask yourself. Maybe if you're super small and you're really skilled, yeah, sure. But to scale something out like that, it only makes sense to do that kind of stuff in China. Or if you are doing 100,000 screens a week, then it would make sense. But in America, it's expensive to pay employees to do that kind of thing, and it's just not worth it. So go back to the drawing board and really rethink your strategy here. I think your best bet is to take it where you send it off to China to get refurbished. So that way it looks brand new again either way. And you know that you're going to get a good product because you're sending them an OEM device. When you send off your screens, it doesn't take 2 to 4 weeks except for the success. When you send them here, all I do is go through them, we check the screens, and then send you replacement ones with a payment from you, of course. And that's it. You just pay for new screens instead of getting a payment for your broken screens. Don't go to those third parties. They're not worth it. You can always find better prices through different avenues, and this is the best possible. So remember, folks, $40 for the iPhone 5, 5S, 5C, okay? And I'll send you back OEM original screens that have been refurbished. Your aftermarkets, we will send back to China, which will take 2 to 4 weeks for your aftermarkets. If we have aftermarkets in stock, we'll go ahead and replace your aftermarkets. But we prefer to send them back because it's a 50-50 shot on them. So we could really only replace maybe 25% of them at the time anyways until we see the numbers back from your aftermarkets. So the aftermarkets are really skewed. And you only get $1 or $2 for those anyways in other places where they purchase them. So your best bet is just take the losses on your aftermarkets, which I don't. I charge people, I'm like, hey, has your phone been refixed before? And if they say, I don't know, then we open it up and find out. If they say yes, then we go ahead and surcharge them the cost of the LCD, because we have to take a hit too, because only 1 in 4 repairs. So for example, my iPhone 6 OEM screen repair is $110. For LCD, it's $120. So they pay the $120 if it's been refurbished or fixed somewhere else beyond us. Now, let's say you have a customer that comes in with an iPhone 6, you fix it, you get one of our parts, that's OEM, you fix it, and you put it in there, customer leaves, breaks her phone again, comes back, same part, it's same OEM part, we will still refurbish it for the same price. $40 for the iPhone 5, 5S, 5C, $50 for the iPhone 6, and $60 for the iPhone 6 Plus. So if you want to do it, great. If you want to try to do your own thing and save money, I'm telling you, the mathematics are not there. It's hard to get OEM glass. It's hard to get good quality parts to assemble it. And it's hard not to break it, guys. It happens. I break these Galaxies from time to time too, and that's expensive. But it's still cheaper for me to refurbish the Galaxies because they're fast, they're quick, and I don't have to replace the polarizers. Same with the Motorola. Sometimes I would have to replace the polarizer. Other times I don't. So it just depends. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and more videos are to come. If you want, please comment, like, subscribe, and share this video. I love to hear what you guys have to think about this, and yeah, have a good one. Thanks.